What's up, everybody? Crypto Hedge coming to you with another live stream. I told you guys yesterday I was going to make sure I do this live stream. Now we're going to go over some things today that I haven't discussed with you guys yet. Thank you for tuning in. So basically today we saw a big boom in the crypto markets as a whole, simply because Bitcoin has been heading to the moon in a way. You know, it went up to $2,300. It could potentially go up a little more, but I want to make something clear and simple, that the beginning of the week, like around Monday, Tuesday, primarily in the beginning of the week, that is when you've got people buying in. Most of the time you see people buying in towards the beginning of the week, and weekends are usually a selling point. So we're still 2 weeks away from August 1st, which would be the deadline for the integration of segregated witness. Now, I don't know if you guys have already seen, this is the countdown, basically charting what miners are using the segregated witness and we can see right here there's a total of 41.7% of the miners using segregated witness, and we still have 69.4% still on the BIP91. So you can check out this website. It just basically tracks the countdown. So it's really interesting. And yesterday, the BIP91 was at 54.9%, and now it's at 69.4%. So that's something to think about. And I'm gonna get in some really interesting things today, because I saw a Charlie Lee video. He was talking about Litecoin, and this is when he was still at Coinbase, and he was basically talking about the Litecoin to people and his journey on creating Litecoin. And this is also going to come in part with some of my conspiracies, but we'll get to that in a second. So I want to tell you guys that I also did invest in some small altcoins, and there are a few. I know that someone was asking me about NEM in my last live stream, and NEM is actually doing quite well. So I just by looking at the charts, I see NEM looking quite well. But you guys already know where I stand on Ethereum. Ripple is just, Ripple is up. All the altcoins are up. Litecoin, it looks like it's down right now, but it really is essentially not down. It is the strongest crypto right now in times that we're in, especially leading up to August 1st. So you can see that every other altcoin is piggyback riding off of Bitcoin's fluctuation, and Litecoin is kind of parting its own way and parting its own path. So that is a great thing to look at. Don't get worried with Litecoin. I still stand by everything I've said about Litecoin and more, because I'm going to talk even more about that. But we can see that Litecoin increased to $44.22. Let's look at Bittrex real quick. I'm going to check the chat box in a second. I'm not really looking at the chat box right now. So Litecoin is essentially like very stable right now. So we can see that we had some growth today. We were down really low. We hit $35, and we've just been increasing since then, and we've gone over $40 because of mostly Bitcoin's growth. Now the Litecoin to Bitcoin ratio has gone down a little bit, but that's nothing to worry about right now. So I want to say I have bought a few alternative coins, and I just want to go over real quick which coins that I bought. I bought a little bit of Stratus before we had the uptrend. Everything blew up in the past day, so I wanted to get in before things started blowing up. And I know I already have been telling you guys Bitcoin isn't finished dumping. I still don't believe Bitcoin has finished dumping. I think that we're going to see another downtrend movement for Bitcoin. A lot of people think that Bitcoin has hit its bottom. It's not showing that it's hit its bottom. And the rumors are growing. The fear is growing. So I really see that people had Bitcoin buy-in orders ready for $1,800 and the bottom that it hit just recently this past week. So that's why we can see a heavier influx of volume for Bitcoin, but there's still that much more, there's still that fear there. A lot of rumors, a lot of FUD going around. But I purchased Stratus, I purchased Ant shares, I purchased Stellar Lumens, and I purchased myself a little bit more of Lisk, and I might be swing trading them. Like I said to you guys in my last video, don't swing trade if you don't know what you're doing, because you can make a lot of money really fast and you can lose a lot of money really fast. So you have to be very careful if you're going to be doing swing trading or day trading. And especially in the times that we're in right now, nothing's guaranteed. Everything is speculation. So, we don't know what's going on right now simply because the rumors are running the markets right now, and Bitcoin is running all the altcoins, and Litecoin is parting its own way. So that's some good stuff right there. And we can check out Lisk. We could check out, I want to go over one coin with you guys. Stellar Lumens. I believe it was Stellar Lumens. Hold on one second. No, Stratus. Stratus has been a huge day trading coin right now. You can see the volume in Stratus. And simply, the only reason why people are day trading it is because of the charts. If you look at the charts, let's look at the charts real quick for Stratus. So people are, buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, because we're getting a consistent chart reading for the Stratus. So Stratus has been remaining strong. We can see that Stratus has had much higher highs in the past. So Stratus really does have a lot of potential to grow substantially, not leading up to August 1st, but after August 1st, once the dust settles. So that's why I'm getting in. I'm holding some Stratus just to hold it, because this is just a really good discounted price. If we see Bitcoin go down again, those are going to be even bigger sales, if you will, for these alternative coins, because we're going to see all the altcoins fall down, even Litecoin, just like we've seen the past week when Bitcoin really hit that hard bottom. So I want to talk about the hard fork. I want to talk about the soft fork. I want to talk about the integration and the risks right now. And from what we can see, Bitcoin really is not on a successful path to success. So the split really is building a lot more momentum, and I really do think that we're going to see a split. And even here, Charlie Lee tweeted today, I don't know if you guys have seen it, he's even speaking on behalf of Bitcoin, and he's talking about how he's upset because he doesn't want to see Bitcoin go down in flames. So right here, I really want SegWit on Bitcoin, but compromising the SegWit 2.0 is insane in my opinion. This is how a $40 billion currency goes down in flames. Now that's what all of this speculation is built on right now. That's what all the fear is built on right now, is Bitcoin going down in flames, splitting into two currencies or more because of the lack of integration for SegWit. And I just showed you the integration. I don't even know if I have it up here right now. Right here. So you can look at it for yourself. People are thinking we're seeing substantial, significant turnover to SegWit, but it's not at that level of comfort. It really is not. I still don't believe that we're going to make that deadline. I don't see us hitting that deadline. The fear is growing and things are not moving fast enough. And like Charlie Lee said, 2 weeks is not nearly enough time to peer review consensus changing code. We have 2 weeks until we hit August 1st. Less than 2 weeks, really 13 days. So for us to see a massive turnover and the miners doing what they need to be doing to keep Bitcoin's face and Bitcoin's growth and its structure in the crypto space, we really are not seeing anything that shows even merely good signs. So it's kind of sad for the Bitcoiners, and that's why I was saying in my last video, this is going to be like a bull trap. Bitcoin is going up right now. We're seeing that beginning of the week uptrend for Bitcoin. It hit a really low this past weekend, and now it's just going up. Today is Tuesday, so Bitcoin could potentially keep going up a little bit, bringing the altcoins up with it, but I totally believe we're going to see another dump off, another fear-driven dump off, because the fear is growing, and I think that we're seeing people pump up, usually whales pump up the Bitcoin price right now, so it's not a good thing. And people are probably buying Bitcoin thinking that $1,800 is the bottom, and they're so excited, and they've already made profits, and they bought in at $1,800, and then it's going up, and then it's just going to drop right back down. So, and even right here, in 3 months is not enough time for everyone to prepare for a hard fork. So, the proof is in the pudding. Charlie Lee, in my opinion, is the biggest face to the crypto space. Ethereum is still young. The reputation is still young. Vitalik Buterin has not been around as long as Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee is running the game. Now, I want to get to this video because this is going to be like the best part of this entire live stream. But I'll get there in a second. But yes, Charlie Lee just has so much more credibility. Litecoin, people have been sleeping on Litecoin. They've been doubting it. And the fact is, steady wins the race 9 times out of 10. Okay, steady wins the race. Litecoin has been the most stable coin. It's extremely exciting to see what's in stores for Litecoin. So I'm going to look at the chat box real quick before we start going further. Let me check out the chat box. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Litecoin $150 by the end of the year. I do believe that could happen. I believe we can hit 100 before the end of the year, around September, just looking at the growth we're seeing right now. So big things in stores for Litecoin out of really any other coin, including Bitcoin. So I'm surprised the chat box isn't blowing up. I don't know. This is my first time doing it at 7:30 here Eastern time. So last night I had some big attraction. Smash that like, people. Thank you for tuning in, Mills. You're awesome. Thank you guys for watching all my previous videos and liking and commenting and interacting on the live streams. It's really awesome to see. Let me see real quick. Yeah, the flapping is happening. It's amazing. So I want to get over to this really interesting. I wonder if I can integrate. Hold on one second. I wonder if I can do this real quick. I'm going to try to make it to where you can hear what Charlie is saying from the stream. So hold on one second, guys. So I believe, I'm using Wirecast right now, so it's a new platform. I believe you guys are going to be able to hear this, but this is really interesting. This is Charlie Lee talking about Litecoin when he was still at Coinbase, and the biggest news thus far was him leaving Coinbase to focus back on Litecoin. But this is going to show how deep in the game Charlie Lee is and how long he's been around. He's been around before Litecoin because he created a coin before Litecoin was created that actually didn't succeed, and now we see some other things. Hold on one second, guys. So I'm gonna play this real quick. I hope you guys can hear it.
Let's fork off Tenebricks and create a fair Tenebricks. So that's how Fairbricks was born. Fairbricks was launched like a week and a half later, and it was actually created by myself. So someone was looking for a developer to create Fairbricks, and I just volunteered to just play around.
Yeah, so Litecoin, I think the hard fork is inevitable. We're seeing more and more signs of the hard fork being inevitable. We're gonna see multiple Litecoins. I mean, not multiple Litecoins, multiple Bitcoins most likely if the split hard fork happens. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys chat in the chat box if y'all can hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. What did you guys chat in the chat box? Did you guys hear the video that I was playing on YouTube? Man, I'm trying to use Wirecast and it's like not working out for me. And I've got everything I need for it to work. So I don't know if you guys heard me. I was basically talking about how Charlie Lee got a hold of source code from Bitcoin, which was Satoshi's, and he ended up finding it from somewhere, very briefly somewhere. So it just adds to the suspicion I have on Charlie Lee. And if you guys want to, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check out, skip to 15 minutes and skip to 7 minutes and 30 seconds. You can watch the beginning. It's a really good video, kind of talking about Charlie Lee as a whole. You guys, is it laggy right now? Throw in the chat box. Let me know if it's laggy. I want to know. Does that mean the live stream is lagging right now? If so, I'm going to go back to Google Hangouts. I'm sorry, guys. I keep trying to use Wirecast, and it keeps failing on me. And all my live streams, my previous live streams... Ah, man, that's terrible. Yeah, all my previous live streams I've been using Google Hangout. I think I'm just going to stick with Google Hangout just because it's just ridiculous. Alright, so... if it's, yeah, Walter's saying it seems fine. Yeah, if there's a delay, then it's just going to have to be a delay. But this basically is most of the stuff I'm going to talk about in this video. We're seeing a big boom on all the cryptocurrencies. I really can't talk on behalf of most of the altcoins. They're all riding and piggyback riding on Bitcoin. And Ethereum has gone up from 170. That's a big pump right there, which is really good for Ethereum. But the fact that they had a huge, I think it was a $17 million hack, sways me away from Ethereum. We could see even more dumps, especially if Bitcoin goes back down even lower. We're going to see a lower Ethereum. But we're seeing the bulls hit the markets right now, taking some profits. We're going to see profit taking closer to the end of this week. And Litecoin is just going to keep growing, guys. So that basically is most of the stuff that we're going to talk about today. If you guys have any questions, please throw it in the chat box. It's getting exciting more and more every day. My next live streams are only going to be Google Hangouts, so there's not going to be any lag. I'm going to stop using Wirecast because it's obviously not working out for my live streams, and it seems like it's deteriorating my views and whatnot, so that's not a good thing. It's not a good sign. You see ICO cashing out. Yeah, no, I'm just, the ICOs are not a thing to be looking at right now. Litecoin has many things to come. We're just seeing more and more great things. And then we're still waiting for MAST to get implemented. We're waiting for MAST to get implemented on the SegWit infrastructure. And that was supposed to be implemented at the beginning of July. So any day from now, we're going to see that. And I think Charlie Lee's timing it perfectly. I think we're going to see Bitcoin go down even further. And while that happens, Charlie Lee's just going to integrate and put even bigger news on the interweb in the crypto space so that Litecoin just continues to just take over, man. So this is going to be a quick live stream. I actually have a actual video coming out. I recorded an entire video that's well orchestrated and organized, and I'm going to post that video. It's not going to be a live stream, but it's going to go through so many things and content on the crypto space, Bitcoin and Litecoin. So stay tuned for that video. It's going to get posted. I love these live streams because of the interaction, but the video that I'm going to be posting is going to be very well put together. So yeah, his Charlie's Twitter address is Satoshi Light. It's Mr. Satoshi Light. Man, Charlie Lee's the man. And if we look at this chart real quick, it broke the reversal line, and we're seeing an uptrend for Litecoin right now. $44 was around the time to buy in, and we're probably going to see another bullish run. So this is good news for you guys. And you know, the Bitcoin to Litecoin ratio of value isn't a big concern right now. The bigger concern is the stability of the coin. So don't look at Litecoin right now. We can look at it right here. Yeah, it's only down 0.47 in the past 24 hours. It went down to 0.189, which is not a reversal. So that's nothing to be worried about, nothing but good growth. We see Litecoin is already up above $40. It hit, where did it hit today? Hit like $44, I think, today. No, it hit $45 today, which is really awesome. So we're seeing nothing but good things. And see, the thing is, a lot of people think Bitcoin is going to be dumped. I mean, not Bitcoin is going to be dumped. Litecoin is going to be dumped once we see bigger growth with Bitcoin, because Litecoin is just the safe haven. That's not the case. That's not even close. We're seeing stability during Bitcoin's dumps and stability during Bitcoin's bull runs. So that is amazing things to be looking out for. And regardless, after August 1st, we're going to see a huge influx of volume, a lot of money being implemented into the crypto space, and that's just going to further blast off and give the momentum that Litecoin has been gaining. So that's the good thing about Litecoin right now. We're going to see a massive influx of volume after August 1st. Right now, it's just nothing but good signs for Litecoin. So thank you, Walter. Yeah, I'm trying to get on here as much as possible to get you guys updated. I know that the stream is not as good as before because of the Wirecast. I'm not going to use Wirecast anymore. I'm only going to use Google Hangout. Everyone, you know, even my views are more when I'm using Google Hangout. So clearly Wirecast isn't doing good for me. Yeah, Litecoin is definitely building pressure. No problem, Chrissy. Thank you. Hit the like button. That's what's up. Lights are going to the moon. We're seeing it happen. Bitcoin is becoming more and more speculation. We're seeing it right here. This, you know, people are saying, even on the Bitcoin news, they're saying, oh, the Chinese are integrating segregated witness and blah blah blah. It really, you know, right here just went up to 72.9. So people think it's not enough time. It's not enough time. Charlie Lee said it perfectly. 2 weeks is not nearly enough time. Even 3 months is not enough to prepare for a hard fork. A lot of people are going to be losing their Bitcoin because of this hard fork, guys. I know I was talking in my last video about the safest place to put your coins, the safest wallet and such. The only coin that you really need to be worried about with leaving it on exchanges and leaving it online is for Bitcoin. That's the only reason. Because a lot of people are going to lose their Bitcoin when Bitcoin, or if Bitcoin does hard fork and split. So that's why it's safe to have it in a paper wallet or a hardware wallet. When it comes to Litecoin, you don't need to have it in a hardware wallet. You don't need to have it in a paper wallet. Those are just the safest wallets in general. But you can have it in an Electrum, the Litecoin Core desktop wallet, which is provided by Litecoin, or you can have it in Exodus. They're both good. Exodus is just, you know, a little bit not on the level of those other wallets just because it has a Shapeshift integrated online desktop exchange. So that just puts a little bit of speculation for me and a little bit of fear, not a lot of fear, but it's still a good wallet. Always diversify. That's good. Yes, freaking crazy. It's good to diversify, but Litecoin is the best safe haven for right now. We're seeing that Ethereum is following Bitcoin to the T, gaining massive volume, just like Bitcoin is gaining massive volume, but Litecoin is kind of stagnant and stable, which is really the thing that we need to be looking at during the times that we're in. So I don't have an Ethereum right now, freaking crazy. I won't probably be getting Ethereum anytime soon. And I won't be getting Bitcoin anytime soon until we see some good things coming. Let me see how long I've been on this live stream. It's only been 35 minutes. If you guys have any questions, throw it in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer them. We can discuss about anything and everything. Yeah, stability is amazing, guys. That's the steady wins the race. And you got Litecoin. If you bought Litecoin at $35, you got it at a massive discount, which is awesome. I already told you guys I've been buying the dips with fiat, and I've also been holding Litecoin since. I even bought it at $45. I bought it below $35. I bought it a while back. Probably like a month ago, I bought it around $27. So I've been buying it all over the place, and $45 is the highest I've bought it so far. It's the most undervalued coin. Yeah, Litecoin is going to be it's going to be rising in volume steadily. But the thing is, what we're seeing with Litecoin right now, it's basically like a positive bubble about the pop. And Litecoin's in that bubble. And see, the thing is, Litecoin really hasn't had its time to shine this year. It's kind of been under the covers, and people haven't really looked at Litecoin. Litecoin has a huge reputation. Litecoin is one of the most well-known altcoins out there, and also everyone really knows who Charlie Lee is. Litecoin's been around forever, so the fact that Litecoin has been remaining stable and steady, and Litecoin hasn't had its time to shine, we're just looking at pure signs that Litecoin is going to have its time to shine, guys. So I think it's going to be a rocket ship, especially after August 1st, and essentially it could happen before August 1st, depending on where Bitcoin goes. Right now, it's completely up in the air. We don't know where Bitcoin is going. We can only really track, and see, the thing is, you can't really track the charts with Bitcoin. you can't really at all. So the only thing you can really base a lot of opinions on is the growing fear, growing FUD, and the integration into segregated witness that we're not really seeing. So we're not seeing a fast enough rate of this integration, and I think that we are definitely not going to make that deadline, and that's just my personal opinion. So yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I like what you're saying there. Definitely diversify, because definitely since we have the volatility right now, the volatility factor, it's always good to diversify. But the thing is, and what I'm personally doing with my cryptocurrencies and my trading, I have almost all of my currency in Litecoin simply because it's stable, and because we don't know if Bitcoin is going to really hard fork. There's a lot of signs that it's going to hard fork, but I don't see myself heavily involving my money into alternative coins simply because I don't want to put it into those alternative coins at a heavy number until we see a promise. I want to see a guarantee through my eyes that Bitcoin is going to succeed, and I have not seen even the slightest sign of that happening. So that's why I'm not diversifying. I wouldn't even dare to buy Ethereum. I wouldn't even dare to buy Bitcoin right now, and that's just me. I love Litecoin right now, not because I'm a shill. It's because of the facts. It's because of the proof, and it's all there. And you can look at all my previous live streams. The proof is in the pudding, guys. The proof is there. Litecoin isn't going anywhere but up, and we're seeing stability. So yeah, we're getting ready. Yeah, Bitcoin could become multiple coins if the hard fork does happen. Genesis mining, I don't know too much about Genesis mining. I know a lot of people are saying to get on Genesis mining, but I've looked at it briefly, and I don't mine any coins. I'm not a coin miner. I don't have any contracts to mine coins. I have been kind of looking into it lately, but you know, I'm more so just I'm really just a trader. I'm someone that reads charts, and I'm a very analytical person. So I'm not going to look at mining and whatnot. I'm not going to buy a rig to start mining. It's just not something I'm going to do. I know people are saying that it's profitable or it's not profitable, and it'll be profitable in the long run. I might look into it. I like to know briefly everything about the crypto space in general. So, Cliff Hyde did say his reporting sees Bitcoin out for 100 years or so in the future. Yeah, Bitcoin is the most utilized coin, so that's why it has the reputation it has. It is the cryptocurrency. That's what Bitcoin is. So, yeah, Cliff High he's got a great reputation on YouTube. He's got a great reputation in general. And I know that people are, you know, doubting him because of his bad call on silver, physical silver. You know, he said that silver was going to be going up to 600, and it's only been going down. But my opinions on silver are the fact that I think that it's being completely manipulated. I think silver is being completely manipulated, and I think we're going to see a blast off into outer space with physical silver. So, but I do believe Cliff High is a very smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. If you bought his $99 report, you can see what his predictions are and forecasts. And Litecoin is on there, and he said it's going to be over $100 by September. So we can look out for that. The stars are aligning. We can see it happening. So Litecoin is extremely strong. And I told you guys already that I did purchase some altcoins that I'm going to be swing trading, but essentially it's best to be keeping your funds in fiat currency or holding it in Litecoin, and that's just my personal opinion. If you're not looking to day trade during these small bull runs that we're seeing, they're manipulation bull runs, in my opinion, with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is not done, in my opinion, so yeah, see, that's the thing. You're never going to be 100% accurate with your technical analysis, with your forecasts. It's absolutely impossible to be 100% accurate. I know that there's some people that have been 100% accurate, but there's a factor of luck in that, because and this comes specifically with cryptocurrencies. It's even harder because of the volatility that we see in the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So it's very hard to successfully 100% all the time forecast the cryptocurrency. So Cliff High, you can't disown him because of one small forecast, and it wasn't even cryptocurrency forecast. And this guy is a computer guy, so I look at I like Cliff High. I think he's good. It's a little bit different. Can coins split like stocks? It's a little bit different because the stock market has a lot more stability, and you'd have to forecast the stock market completely different than you would the cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the only runner, like the big runner, big head in the crypto space. So if Bitcoin splits, it could be detrimental to the crypto space. But we can also see, and I've already been steering towards this, is that Litecoin is going to take off to the moon. I have already told you guys my conspiracies on what I think about Litecoin, and the fact that it could potentially take over and leave Bitcoin in the dust. And we're seeing more and more signs of that happening. And I know that we see Bitcoin going up right now. I think it's a total manipulation right now. So, especially like I already told you, people buy in at the beginning of the week and people sell off at the end of the week, which would be like Saturday and Sunday. No problem, guys. If you guys have any questions, throw it in the chat box. Like I said, I have a video that's going to be uploaded. It's not going to be a live stream, but it's going to have more so organized content in the video, and it's going to get really deep and descriptive. And I'm going to go over some of the things I've talked about in my previous live streams more in depth as well. But, you know, this is really exciting stuff. Cliff High said recently that the accuracy of his reporting is much higher with crypto because it's not being manipulated like silver. Silver, gold stocks are 100% being manipulated by the big banks. I completely agree with that. I think that cryptocurrencies also are very much being manipulated by whales, people that seem to have more control, more money in the crypto space, which is why we're seeing this manipulation right now. But yes, I do believe Cliff High has much better accuracy in the cryptocurrency space than he does predicting actual stocks or commodities like silver and gold. So silver and gold has been extremely manipulated lately. I have silver, and I bought my silver. I started stacking not too long ago. I bought it at $16. And it's been going, it went down to like $14. It's being completely manipulated. And what they're trying to do, in my opinion, is the big banks are trying to make it look like silver is not valuable and gold is not valuable, and they're trying to bring it down. Yes, I do have Steam. I do have Steam. I'm not as big on Steam as I am with other altcoins though, but I see progressive growth with Steam in the future because I think people are, what Steam is it's a social media network, a cryptocurrency based social media network. It's decentralized, and it's kind of like Reddit or Facebook, and I think people get a high when they post on Steam because you can earn Steam power when you post on Steam it. So it's really interesting. It's quite exciting, and I think that we're going to continuously see a long-term growth with Steam. I don't think we're going to see massive jumps in price with Steam. I just don't see that happening. I think we're going to see it's going to be like a slow, stable growth for Steam. Maybe it would be a good long-term investment. Yeah, I do have Steam Mills. It's a small percentage of my portfolio. Most of my portfolio right now is Litecoin, and a lot of it is fiat to be buying in on these lows. I probably will be buying into some alternative coins towards the end of the month with fiat, not with my Litecoin. My objective is to keep increasing the amount of Litecoin I have. I just want to continuously increase the amount of Litecoin I have, because the more Litecoin I have, the more returns I have, the more profits I have, and that's why I'm kind of going to be swing trading Litecoin through the coming months so that I can sell high and buy low just to increase the amount that I have. Do I post content on Steam? No, I do not post content on Steam right now. I think I have one post on there, but I don't know, I might create one for the YouTube channel so that I can start posting on there, and you guys can follow some posts on Steam. I'm also on Twitter right now, so I'm gonna post all this stuff in the description after this video. I'm on Reddit too, so I'll post all that after. Next 5 years for Litecoin, I see unbelievable growth. I see it's like astounding, the growth that I see. It all tunes into the fact that it has such the stability during the highs and lows. Well, more so the massive volatility that we're seeing during the upcoming days leading up to August 1st. So I think Litecoin is just going to be absolutely insanely valuable in the next 5 years. It's going to be unbelievable. Just the beginning of this year, Litecoin was single digits, and now it's up to $40. And you can just look at that. You know, we're growing substantially, and the fact that Charlie Lee is one of the biggest faces in the cryptocurrency space, and he has left Coinbase and is focusing solely on Litecoin, just shows how much growth we're going to see in Litecoin. It's going to be unbelievable, and we're also going to see short-term massive growths with Litecoin too. We have so many things on the roadmap to be implemented before August 1st, and we also have a lot of things to be implemented after August 1st. So we're going to see some relative huge jumps in price with Litecoin in a short frame of time. More so by the end of this year, we're going to see some really big jumps. But after that, I can't really say where it's going to go in terms of the progression of growth, like how long it's going to take, how high the growth rate is going to be with the uptrend. But I see some massive growth in the long-term future. Charlie is holding Decred, yes. I might put that in my portfolio. I still have to look further into Decred. But you guys already know the altcoins that I stand with. I told you that I implemented more fiat into, what's it called? I implemented into Stratus, I implemented into Stellar Lumens, I implemented into Ant Shaders, and I also implemented into Lisk. I hope so. I'll still be holding LTC 10 years from now. Yeah, I'm not planning on selling my Litecoin at all. I'm not going to sell it at the end of the year. I'm not going to sell it at $100. I'm not going to sell it at $500. I'll probably sell my Litecoin at $10,000. Crazy, right? Yeah, $10,000 I will be selling my Litecoin. In the meantime, probably quarterly throughout the year, I'll probably be swing trading Litecoin because we're going to see the stability, but we're going to see ups and downs to where I can just increase my holdings of Litecoin. But I'll probably sell my Litecoin maybe not even around $10,000. It depends. It might sell it before that, but I really do think that it really takes, you have to look at the fact that fiat currency is dying. You got to look at the fact that the stock market is in a huge bubble right now, unbelievable bubble, and the stock market crash is inevitable. We're already seeing people default on their mortgages. I am heavily involved in the real estate industry. I'm actually a developer in the real estate industry, so I see these things in the real estate industry firsthand. So the real estate market is artificially inflated right now. The stock market is in a huge bubble. We've seen massive jumps in a short period of time. We're seeing that the bubble is just increasing. The fiat bubble is increasing substantially. And this is all coming in part to the fact that in the past years, we have seen some massive printing of money from the feds, which is basically lowering the value of fiat currency because the more you add to it, just like Bitcoin. Listen to this, guys. Bitcoin has a market cap. Bitcoin, you cannot create more Bitcoin. You cannot create more Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin will only ever be the set amount that there is, which is why, Bitcoin is the biggest coin, but the reason why that's a good thing, the reason why there's a limited, set, and structured supply of Bitcoin is so that you can't print it out of thin air, lowering the value of Bitcoin. You cannot create Bitcoin out of thin air and lower the value, and that's why I don't like Ripple, is because Ripple, the developers of Ripple, hold a very large amount of the Ripple currency. So if at any point in time they wanted to dump a load of their Ripple that they're holding, that could unbelievably lower the value of Ripple. That's why I don't have Ripple. Actually, yes, I do. I have probably 2% of my portfolio. I like to diversify small amounts, very small amounts. But I really am putting almost all my eggs in one basket with Litecoin at the moment. So, but that's the thing with Ripple, and Ethereum also doesn't have a limited supply. Comes in part with the ICOs and whatnot. They can create Ethereum. There could be a deadline to that where you can't create Ethereum anymore. But that's why fiat is dying. Fiat is dying because we have printed and printed and printed money that is not backed by anything, and we're flushing it into the economy. And what that does is when you have a set amount of money and it has a good value, it has a value, and you add money to that value, the value decreases, it liquidates the value. So that's why fiat currency is dying. And I already have my opinions on where fiat is going. I think that fiat is in for a huge, I think the last bubble we saw in 2007 was freaking small compared to what we're going to see in the coming very soon amount of time. I don't know if it's going to be, it has to be within like 3 years that we're going to see a massive crash, bigger than 2007, 2008. The stock market is already giving signs. And what is that going to do? That's going to cause a even more massive influx of volume into cryptocurrencies. Now, people have asked me in my last live streams, do I think if the dollar collapses, that the internet is going to collapse too? Do I think the internet is ever going to collapse? No, I do not. No way. I do not see the internet collapsing because so many things have been based and structured off the internet. A lot of dependency on the internet. So we are dependent on the internet from a huge perspective. The banks are dependent on the internet. So, and also it comes in part with the government, the NSA. They have so much more control. They have so much more ability to seek into your personal lives, from your phones, your smartphones, to your computers. They can see, in cameras. Cameras are everywhere. You don't go into a store anymore and not see a camera. So that's why internet is not going to fail, because it's the ultimate control element. It is the ultimate control element. So the government would never, ever want to have the internet fail. And just think about why the government wouldn't want the internet to fail. You have so much e-commerce going around right now, and it's only growing. We're only 17 years into the real establish of the internet. So we had the dot-com boom in 2000, and it's only growing, and it has been substantially growing since then. People aren't even going to small stores. Like, people aren't going to Walmart anymore. People aren't going to certain places. Radio Shack shut down. Best Buy is struggling. The reason why is because people are buying everything online through Amazon, eBay, through the e-commerce. So things are becoming more based off of the internet. It's all about simplicity. It's all about convenience. So the internet is here to stay. Could we see something happen to the internet during this next crash or breach of the infrastructure that we currently live in? Absolutely. Absolutely, we could see something happen to the internet. There's a huge thing going around right now with net neutrality. It's extremely worrisome. What net neutrality is basically, you have so much freedom on the internet right now. You have absolutely the most freedom. You can do anything you want on the internet right now. It's incredible. You can do anything you want. But what net neutrality is our ability to do whatever we want on the internet. Now, if you go over to North Korea, they are completely limited on what they can and can't do on the internet. 110% limited. They are limited on what they can watch on TV. They are limited on what they can do on the internet. They cannot